So, is there a special someone in your life? The nosy woman inquired inquisitively. Well, no, I'm working on loving myself at the moment, so I'm not in a relationship, the woman replied. Oh, the nosy woman continued, visibly upset. But how will you ever manage alone? Don't you feel lost and incomplete without a partner? Don't you feel just a little bit broken? Or as though you're not quite as good as all of the other people who have found partners? After all, it's just not normal to be alone. What will people think? There are many reasons to be in a relationship, but fitting in, feeling complete, or worthy are just not acceptable reasons. Welcome, everyone. It's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, here with you on Angel Heart Radio. And if you want to attract your soulmate but don't know how to begin, then I want you to stay with me, because when we come back, we're going to learn how to easily find your perfect partner.
Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan, and it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com.
Great news, everyone. Angel Heart Radio is now live streaming on our Facebook page, and we have a fully searchable, brilliant podcast platform for you at AngelHeartListen.com.
Put the power of the spiritual realm to work in your life with Marcia Martin on Angel Heart Radio starts now.
So if you are interested in finding your soulmate, but you just don't know where to begin, and you want to call and speak with the angels directly, ask the angels a question, then please do so. The number is 347-202-20232. Again, that number, 347-202-0232. Remember, if you're calling from outside the U.S., you have to add a 1. And the angels want to help you. They want to answer your questions. So, if you have a question about a soulmate, please make sure to give us a call. And let's start looking at exactly what you need in order to attract your soulmate. The first thing that I want you to understand is the soulmate will come to the individual who already feels complete. I know in my generation it became very commonplace to say, oh, they're my better half, or they make me whole. But it is not self-honoring to say that you are less if you don't have a partner. When you put the two together, the two of you can become a third separate entity, but you by yourself are whole, just as your potential partner is also whole. Each one of us has come complete with absolutely everything we need in order to navigate this life journey. We are perfect as we are, and if we find or attract the person that we feel complimented by, that's a lovely addition. But it's not necessary in order for you to find purpose in your life, to feel love in your life, or to feel as though you are making a contribution in your life, or just to feel joy, to feel love, to feel wonderful. It's a lovely addition if you want that, but you don't have to have it in order to make yourself something that you are not already. So let's take a look at what you really need to do. If you are really interested in having a partner in your life, then you may be saying to yourself, well, is there a magic formula? Is there a certain chant that I need to say? Is there a crystal that I could buy? Is there a mantra that I need to repeat? And these are all very valid questions, but they are requiring us to look outside of ourselves. And we need to remember that God made us perfect just the way we are. So anytime you start looking outside yourself for something external to bring you what you are missing, you've already stepped out from under the umbrella of your divine alignment. What you need to do is step back into alignment, get into your heart center, and start loving all that you are, even the dark parts. Very important that you begin loving absolutely everything that exists. And now, let's go to our first caller from 408. I'm going to ask you your name. It does not have to be your given name, just whatever you'd like me to call you. Hi there from 408.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi there. What would you like me to call you today?
I'm also known as Way Busy. So you can call me Way Busy.
Okay. And what are you hoping to learn from the angels today? How can they help you?
Oh, well, I just kind of like an agreement with the whole process of getting down to the heart of the matter. I've already been practicing, and certain things that I practice is one of them is not to rely on my feelings. I've done that in many cases, more than I care to mention, but I learned something along the way about feelings, how important they are when you want to get down to the heart of the matter and do what you do because that's what matters most to you. So in the process of learning all these things, I've been able to communicate with people outside of myself on a spiritual level where they were able to receive the help that they so desperately needed because of how people will magnify their problems they have, their perceived problems and whatnot, and that becomes an obstacle for them. And when you were able to take their mind and shift it off of their problems onto things that are like right, things that are true, then they get this understanding that they didn't have before. And it's clear to me that they're getting something from a relationship and not an illusion, which would be somebody outside of yourself who you opened yourself up to, and now they're controlling you and manipulating you, and then all of a sudden you just become aware of this thing going on, and if you say anything, they exploit your feelings. And a lot of people are in that area there where they're not having a relationship. And I think it's something that's important that we learn to do.
I think that's brilliant. I'm going to support you 100%. The only thing I'm going to add, and then I'm going to have to go to the next caller, is that I don't want you, you said you've trusted your feelings, but I think you may be ignoring your gut. They will be waving a red flag. The angels don't just, throw you into the deep end of the pool and hope that you can swim. So they will be waving red flags saying, hey, Way Busy, are you paying attention to this feeling, this energetic feeling that you get with this person that is a little disturbing? And so just as you begin entering into relationships with people, it's brilliant to rely on your feelings and come from the heart. But you're such a kind person and so wanting to give, my only advice would be take a step back and just say to the angels, how does this look from your perspective? Is this a good partner for me? They're able to see the big picture, and they will help you understand when this is a person who could really benefit from your companionship, as would you, when someone is for your highest good, and when this could be a red flag. This is just a person that doesn't want help but wants to take advantage of your kindness. So thank you for that wonderful share. And as I said, we've got so many callers that I'm going to move on to the next person. But again, thank you so much.
Okay.
And now calling from 770, what would you like me to call you today?
Hello, you answering questions?
Yes.
I recently got back into the dating scene, and I've been chatting with a few different men, but it seems like, I don't know, it's hard to find someone that I have chemistry with. I don't know if it's me or what it is exactly.
Okay, now remember, your most important guide in every situation is your angelic connection. Before you enter into any relationship, first make sure you are really aligned. So even before you begin having that conversation, shield and ground, and then put your energy on your heart center so that you are fully in the flow of your God connection. And then from that place, you ask the angels, which one of these relationships is serving my highest good? Which one of these people is compatible with me? Or show me, angels, which relationships are worth developing. Some of them may just need to move on as friendships. It's lovely to have friends. Others can be developed a little more quickly. But what we need to understand is it is truly my belief that most people are kind and loving, but they can also be confused. And as an empath, you will, if you're not really paying attention, if you didn't do your grounding and shielding, if you were not really diligent about staying aligned, you may allow your vibration to dip down into a lower, I want to help everybody, dependency kind of relationship, and then you may be attracting some of the people that are confused instead of the people who have made it out of that muddy water and want to join you in your high place. So get in alignment first and don't ignore the red flags. When the angels are telling you, when you get that weird feeling, take a step back and then ask them, is this me? Has my ego jumped in? And is it trying to prevent me from accessing something really wonderful? Or is this you? Is this you, universe, angels, God, whoever you want to address? It doesn't matter. They're all the same being. But is this from you? And one thing that I do is say, just please make it abundantly clear. Now, I do want to caution you that you don't keep going back and saying, did you answer me? Did you answer me? That's just frantic desperation. Go back into your place of calmness and instead say to yourself, angels, I know that you have sent the answer. However, I don't believe I received it, or I don't understand the answer. Could you continue to send it until I am exceedingly clear? And I find that I have to do this sometimes when my heart has jumped ahead of my circumstances. That, somebody said, I need your help. Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it before I've asked God whether I need to be in it. So I need to take a step back and say, is this a place where I belong? Is this something that you're asking me to attend to? Or is this just me loving to help, taking over and getting out in front of you, God. So it's okay to take your time. It's okay to ask them again and again to give you clarification. The only thing I don't want you to do is to feel that you didn't get an answer, because then that leads you down the path where you start saying, oh, maybe I'm not worthy of an answer. And then you really go off into negative territory and step completely out of alignment. So you are always answered. You are always worthy. It's just sometimes we forget to tune into that answer. So it's okay to say, I just didn't get the answer, but I know you sent it, because that's coming from a place of rock solid faith and not fretful desperation. So that will keep you in alignment.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That's a fabulous question.
Okay.
And now calling from 216. There we go. 216, what would you like me to call you today?
How you doing? My name's Desmond.
Desmond? Hi there.
Yeah.
What
hey, how you doing?
question do you have for the angels today?
How am I going to meet along the way to my twin flame? Am I going to be intervened by another soulmate before I meet my twin flame?
That's an interesting question. So now the angels are saying to you, what do you believe?
I think it's. I think wherever happens, I'm gonna still be with my twin flame. But I think anything's possible. I mean, that's what I believe. I think it's possible for me to meet a soulmate, but bypass that soulmate to be my twin flame. So that's what I think that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm.
So you're most desirous of attracting your twin flame. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And why is it that you're wanting that relationship? What is it about you that's saying to you, Desmond, it would really feel good if we could have that twin flame relationship?
I don't know. Me being an empath, I just, like last year, I felt like it was like maybe like a quick 40 seconds of how it would feel to be with your twin flame. It's kind of overwhelming, but it's a good feeling. But it also could be a lot. But I know it would change me as far as my spiritual transformation, make me a better person, a human, and vice versa for her as well. So it was, especially going to this, Aquarius age, it would be, true divine love. So I just know it would be better for the earth, better for the universe. So just would like to experience that.
So you just gave yourself your instructions. The angels are applauding you all over the place, but not in the way that you think. Because, first of all, the angels love to have fun. So they are the biggest practical jokers that I've ever encountered. They just love things to be light and happy and joyful. So think of just playing with kids that are extremely wise, but loving energy. And you'll kind of get the feel for where they're coming from with you. And they're saying, okay, so you've got your work cut out for you, Desmond.
No.
You're looking for transformation. But you are mistakenly saying, well, the transformation will come when I attract my twin flame. They are saying reverse the order. Go within, Look at the shadow aspects. Look at the darker parts. Look at the pieces of you that you right now are saying, well, this could use some improvement, but my twin flame will help me work that out. Or, me as I am, I'm not quite good enough, but when my twin flame arrives, then that will solve the problem. They want you to solve the problem right now by being able to look at yourself, all of yourself, just turn the spotlight on yourself. Take a really honest look and then say to yourself, I love and accept myself as I am. I love every flaw. I love every aspect of greatness. I love all of my magnificence and all of my failures. Really, really fall in love with you. When you start offering yourself unconditional acceptance, transformation becomes painless. Transformation is only difficult when we are in a state of resistance, when we are saying things to ourselves like, well, if I would only stop, ... then God would love me. I would find my soulmate, my twin flame, my other half. You are perfect as you are. Those little things that you look at now and say, oh my gosh, if I didn't have that, I would be so perfect. They're shaping you in a way that without them, you would not truly be the Desmond that you are. You would not be as close to your state of completion as you are now with them. And the wonderful thing is, as you begin accepting yourself as you are subconsciously giving yourself permission to let go of these things that are not serving your highest good. You are asking energetic support to come in and help you release all of that limiting belief and negativity and fault finding that you're doing right now. You're just saying, hey, come on in. I am an open book. I'm going to allow you to show me those parts of me that don't feel so great. And then I'm going to review them and realize they got me where I am today. They were the catalyst. They were the stepping stone that I needed in order to be in this place of empathy, openness, and growth. If you're really honest, and it's not always happy, but if you're really honest, you will realize without falling on your face in the mud a few times, you wouldn't be where you are. The best thing that could have happened to you was that moment where you made that bad decision. So I want you right this minute to start saying to yourself, I love and accept all of me. Whether my twin flame shows up tomorrow or in the next lifetime, I am going to live my life accepting the magnificent being that I am. And I am going to feel absolutely delighted by myself. It's from that place of strength and acceptance that if it is for your highest good, your twin flame will walk into your life. And then together you can transform into an even more glorious place. But first, allow yourself to do the transformation and fall in love with all of you. Allow it to be easy. Just step out of resistance. You are a magnificent being.
Wow. That's very eloquently put.
Well, you are magnificent. And the angels, number one, they do not lie. They love to have fun, but they don't lie. And they see you as you really are. All that darkness that you think nobody can see, they've already looked through it. They're like, So what? Look at this magnificent Desmond that's waiting to come forth. Can we get that into the world? Because if we do, we've brought the most incredible gift possible. That's what each being on this earth really is, an incredible gift from God to the world. We just get lost believing that we're something less than we are. So please step into your magnificence. Be all that you are. And then send me a note and say, hey, I attracted my twin flame because I'm so magnificent.
Okay.
Send me pictures. All right. Sending you a big hug, and thank you so much.
All right, thanks for the reading.
You're welcome. And now we're going to caller from 630. Hi there.
Hi.
What would you like me to call you today? You are so welcome.
My name is Dion.
Dion, okay.
Dion.
And what is it that you would like?
Yeah, my question is, how do you ask I have a gentleman I know who's interested in me, but he's really shy. So how do I pray to his angels to give him courage to open up?
All right, what a beautiful thing to say. There are, I call them the relationship angels. They are wonderful helpers. So here's what I do. And you can contact me privately, and I can teach you how to do this because I'm not sure just explaining it to you. But I call into my sacred circle, which is created in the energetic space of the heart. I call into my sacred circle the relationship angel, which is the helper, or relationship angels. It's not always just one. And then I call in the spirit of the other being and myself, and I explain to the relationship angel what it is that I am looking to accomplish. Now, you have to understand that they will only do that which is for the highest good of all concerned. So you don't get to choose the outcome. What you can do is say, this is what I would like. If you don't know, then you just say, I'm terribly confused. I feel really lost, or I feel really angry, or I feel really unsure how to move this relationship forward. So, relationship angels, I'm asking for your help in this matter. And then you give your concern and the outcome to the relationship angels and allow them to work it out.
Okay.
You need to, everything, at least for me, everything that I do is within the energy of the heart, which is the strongest energy in the energetic system. So I always work using the energy of the heart, but I always defer the outcome to my highest good.
Right, because I only want what's mine. I don't want, if this person's not for me, then I'm not looking to lure him away from anybody else. And I always say that when I ask my guardian angel, because from my understanding, the angels are always ready to help, but you have to ask them and invite them in.
Absolutely. That is absolutely correct. The angels never leave you hanging. You leave them hanging. We're the ones that walk away from the relationship. They're always there. And remember, too, they're omnipresent. So I know when I first started working with them, my biggest fear was, well, what if Mary has a sick child and you need to be there and I'm asking you to help me find a parking space? And we've got to let go of that. They're not in physical bodies. They are not restricted in time or space. They can be everywhere at any time. And their greatest joy is helping you. Now, here's something else that I love about the whole divine structure is that the angels we in our physical bodies are growing toward our state of completion. And completion is when we are as God is. So we'll never get it done. We're never going to be all that God is, but that's what we aspire to with every lifetime. The angels also want to be all that God is or as God is, and they progress, they evolve just as we evolve, but they evolve by helping us, by guiding us, and by teaching us about the energetic realm. So they are delighted to help you. They are excited to support you. And they are actually gaining in stature when you allow them to assist you. So call on them continuously.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I know they work pretty fast, too. Like, you get signs pretty quickly.
Absolutely. It's pretty much immediate. And, there are certain schools of thought that say, before you've even formed the thought, the answer is forthcoming because they see everything. So they know what your next thought is going to be because they know the direction that you're heading. So it's not that they're answering quickly. It's more that, hey, you kind of tuned into the fact that they are sending you an answer to this problem. So stay as open as you possibly can. Be as aware of any signals or any kind of communication that you may be feeling that they're sharing with you. And yet at the same time, remember that you can always say to them, gosh, I either didn't understand it or just that answer completely got by me. Please send it again. But as I mentioned to the other caller, the only thing that I want to advise you about is to please stay out of desperation. And desperation is when you start saying to yourself, they didn't answer. They didn't answer. What are they going to answer? What if they don't answer? Because then our ego gets into play and we start sliding down that slippery slope of negativity. And before you realize it, you find yourself at the bottom of the pit of, I'm not worthy, so the angels won't help me. And that is never true. That is always a projection of the ego. But remember, the ego is pretty slippery. It's in place to help us grow, and we're not going to grow if it always just acquiesces. So the ego is good at being subtle if it needs to, or convincing you to overreact and go negative. So please know that you are worthy and that you are loved, and every prayer is answered.
The only thing I ever really ask the angels for clarification on is if it's me that's the one that needs to be, learning lessons, or I'm the one that needs to complete work, then they can show it to me, or how I need to open up. Otherwise, ask for assistance on his side. But I do remind, I am mindful enough to say that I'm teachable. So by all means, if I'm the one that's holding up the relationship, then show me what I need to learn.
And that's wonderful. And that's a wonderful way to approach the relationship, angels, because when we try to get rigid in our mindset, well, I know I'm doing it right. It's just Tammy's so darn shy. If he would just... relationship angels now have nowhere to go. You've boxed them into this place where you've told them that you're not going to change, that it has to come from the other person. So the more flexible, the more flowy, the less resistant that you can be, the more quickly things will be shown to you and they will resolve in the way that is for your highest good. And they are not showing me whether it is in this forward in this relationship or away, because that would give you too much of a too much precognition, and then you would not flow. You would try to start forcing. So oftentimes they will withhold the outcome for us if they feel like we would be better served by not knowing and having to learn how to flow with their unveiling. So trust that they love you so much that they will only give you that which is for your highest good.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for saying that.
You're so welcome, because you're such a beautiful being. You know, you shine so brightly. And I just want to encourage you in allowing that light to shine and not stepping into the fear place that, what if this doesn't work? Am I broken? You're just a beautiful light. Be centered in that place of beauty that is truly you. And I mean that inside heart light shining out. I'm not talking physical beauty, but I'm sure you're physically beautiful as well. But in this case, I'm really referring to that inside shining, kind, loving beauty that really is so endearing and so, it's like moths to a flame. People love to be around sincere kindness. That when you rely more on the angels, you will be able to be kinder because they'll help you keep boundaries. When we are trying to do it and the ego is leading the way, you get stepped on a lot as a kind person because you're not trusting that the divine are leading you into relationships and situations that are life affirming. So just let go of the ego and let go of the maybe I shouldn't be who I am. Shine bright. Shine your brightest. You are really beautiful. And the world needs you. So just shine, shine, shine. And let the angels lead the way.
Wow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. Just shine. You like to hold, you like to, it's like you want to put like a raincoat on so people can't see all that you are. Take it off. It's time for you to come out of that, out of the closet. Come on out. Join us in the sunshine. Be the bright light that you really are. Sparkle away. You're safe. They'll protect you.
That's very accurate read.
I see you. You're lovely. It's okay. They will protect you. I promise you they will protect you. I know you've been hurt and it's okay. It's safe. Just stay under the umbrella of your alignment. If you get back out and say, I'll do it on my own, then you are putting yourself in the territory that is really unsafe for an empath. You got to stay in alignment because that's the only way that we will be guided toward truth and not toward the other person's pity or neediness or desire for you to do it for them. So you got to stay in alignment. That's your safety net. Be grounded and shielded before you go out. But ground, shield, align, and shine.
Wow. I emailed myself the link of the show so I can go back and listen to that and write that down. That was awesome. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And anytime you want to send me a message, send me an email, please do. Or go to my website. It's mmhearthealer.com. And there are wonderful resources, messages from the energetic realm in my blog. And there are all sorts of ways in which you can shine your brightest.
I'll do that. Thank you.
You're so welcome. All righty, now we've got one more caller, and this time it is from 760. Hi there, what would you like me to call you?
Jean.
Hi, Jean. What would you like to ask the angels today?
Well, hi, Marcia. Thank you so much for taking my call and the show.
You're so welcome.
I guess today I kind of like called in about, I thought you were talking about relationships, so my mind went there, and
we are. We're talking about attracting your soulmate or your twin flame.
Right. Okay, thank you. And my mind went there, and I tried to formulate my question, and the one that really resonated for me, it goes something like this. I don't resonate with asking whether I'm going to find my soulmate or when is he coming. I am more interested in knowing, how am I doing on my path of love? Whether that means myself and attracting the other.
So aren't you just the brilliant one? First of all, your heart is so lovely. It is so lovely to be in your energy. So let me give you a big hug and lots of congratulations, because I also realize how much that has cost you. Mm-hmm. So let's just take a step back and speak to all the empaths who are listening. And by that, I mean every sensitive person who has been hurt, pummeled over and over again, and has now gotten to the place where they're saying to themselves, okay, I'm never going to help another human being as long as I live, because it always ends up badly. That was your opportunity to know, first of all, that you have a brilliant, loving, wonderful heart. But that as an empath, if you do not protect yourself, you will attract those lower energies that are not capable of doing anything except trampling all over you. So let's understand that. When we begin our journeys, we're all in that place of separation, for most of us. But I shouldn't really say all, but most of us begin from that place of separation from God, not understanding that we have been judged by God and have been found to be valuable, absolutely perfect, no matter who we are, what we're saying, what we're thinking, what we've participated in, no matter how many mistakes we've made, we have been found to be perfect as we are. We're still pretty ego-driven, and so we start telling ourselves, oh, I'm completely worthless. Look at this mess that I've made of my life. So from that place of self-criticism and self-condemnation, in walk this whole slew of people that you have attracted through law of attraction, and you're busy sending out this vibration of, I really need to prove to myself that I'm a good person. Who can I help? The only way that I'll be able to prove to myself that I'm good is if I sacrifice for someone else. Then I'll feel like these mistakes that I've made are not quite as bad as I know they really are. And maybe then God will shine a little bit of favor in my direction. So we open the door And we say, okay, everybody that's needy, please come in and take advantage. I desperately need to feel like I'm a good person. And the only way I can do that is if I say yes to all of the people that are hurting at this time. So we open the door wide open, and then we look around and we say, I just don't understand why I have all these people that want to take advantage of me. Am I stupid? Maybe God doesn't love me anymore, or maybe I'm just broken. And then we try to fix things from our brokenness. But what you have done so beautifully is you've let go of all that. You've said, I recognize that's where I used to be. I see that it was a place where I was broken and I attracted other broken people to me. But then you stepped into a place of acceptance, and you've been doing an incredible amount of transformational work on yourself. And you now bring forward this beautiful energy of loving acceptance. And really, you don't need to change a thing, except every once in a while, you allow yourself to step out of alignment, like we all do. You allow yourself to step out of alignment, and you start worrying that you're not doing it right. I just want you to let go of that. Just let go of, am I doing it right? Am I getting it right? Does God approve of me? You are beautiful inside and out. You are doing everything perfectly in terms of moving yourself forward and keeping yourself in a high vibration. All you need to add on to this is a little more self-acceptance. You're still sticking your toe in the self-critical waters. And let me explain this. Mother God shared this with me years ago, and it was probably the most eye-opening thing they've ever said to me, as I was such a nitpicker. I mean, if there was one hair that didn't go in the right place, I was a failure. And oh my gosh, look at that hair. Meanwhile, people could trample all over me, and that was fine. But if I did something, that was unforgivable. And at that time, I had someone in my life, I'll just leave it there, who wrote me a letter and told me that I was one of the most selfish people that they had ever met. And it was just like, it just undid me. And, I'm like, oh my gosh, well, this is an older person, and what do I do? Mother, I'm selfish? Oh my gosh, this is so horrible. I am such a selfish, what should I do? Luckily, I had Mother God to run to, or this would have been another detour off into negative land. So I sit down with Mother, and she gives me this writing. I do automatic writing, and she gives me this writing, and she says, dear, the problem is you don't understand the difference between selfish and selfless. I said, well, I do. I understand, Mother. I always tell her I know better. And then she's like, okay. I'm sure I do. I understand. I'm being selfish. I'm obviously asking for things, or this wouldn't have come up. And she said, no. Yes, this is correct. You are acting in a selfish manner. I said, oh my gosh. Okay, it's over. I've got nowhere to go. If I'm selfish and Mother has told me so, then I'm done. I got to throw in the towel and try to climb out of that hole. This is probably the worst branding that you could give me. She said, you are selfish because you don't understand. You are selfish because you are trying to stay connected to your humanness and give to everybody that asks from that place of physicality. When you will let go of that and step fully under our umbrella, when you will align with us and allow us to flow through you and give of us instead of your physical humanness that can run dry, that's when you will become selfless. So the empath is selfish when they think they need to give of their time, their resources, their food, their whatever, the empath, take it all, I need to give. That's being selfish in the eyes of the divine. Selfless is when you connect with the divine and allow them to guide you into those situations in which you are being called. Allowing you to go only to the places where you will actually be doing the work that is for your highest good and for the highest good of the people with whom you're engaging. That's the only thing that you need to just keep in mind. Am I running into this situation because the ego needs a little boost? Or have I really aligned and been sent here through divine alignment? If it's divine alignment, their energy will flow through you and you will not be left exhausted, drained, and without a bank account. If it's ego, you can be left homeless on the street through your giving. So please align. You're too beautiful to be out in the cold. And God would never do that to you. You would do it to yourself.
I totally agree with everything you've said. Everything you've said.
It's been a long journey. So I've walked where you've walked. And wow. But deepest gratitude for those mistakes and the times that I fell on my face in the mud, because those were the times that I was really able to hear them. Now I can hear them all the time because I recognize their value, but then I needed to be on my face in the mud before I could really listen.
Yeah, I know. I'm hearing them more and more and louder, and I'm getting the signals more quickly. I'm trusting them.
Beautiful.
So I really resonate with what you're saying, totally.
Well, believe me, your energetic space is absolutely lovely. So you've done a lot of work.
Yes, I have. And I'm also very grateful. Very grateful.
It just gets better from here. It's just a beautiful unfolding.
Yeah. I mean,
from
it's
joy
like
to
the
joy.
artist that gets handed the blank canvas with a nice set of paintbrushes. That's how I feel.
Yes. It just becomes joy to joy. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so very much. We have one more caller.
And thank you. Thank you. Many blessings.
And sending you much love.
Thank you.
Okay, calling from 603. What should I call you today?
You already took my call.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you for staying on the line. I just want to thank you again for being with us and participating. Is there anything that you've thought of that you would like to ask the angels? One last little word?
Can I ask, for a message about from his side? I just get so frustrated when, he calls me all the time but doesn't say anything. It's weird.
They're not going to give you a message directly because they want you to open up energetically and create a safe space for him. So remember, the angels are always going to deliver what is for your highest good, but they will never choose you over him. If it is not for his highest good and for your highest good, there will be no relationship. There's no, oh my gosh, look, we can help Mary if we only hurt Sue. They will never hurt someone else in order to help you. So they want you to get deep into your place of spiritual certainty and just speak from your heart to them. And now I see we've got one more caller, so I'm going to put you back on hold. And now calling from 478, and this will have to be our last caller, everyone. What can I call you? What shall I call you today? Hi, Patricia. And what is your question for the
how
angels?
are you?
I'm great.
Is Trey my soulmate?
So let's do a little detective work, because I don't want you to rely on me. I want you to establish your own angelic connection, which you already have. You're just not trusting it as much as you should. So I'm going to help you, but you're going to do the work, because what the goal is for every person to develop their own connection so that you can that's our way to bring more love into the world. So I just want you to close your eyes for a minute and take a deep breath. Just relax into your beingness. Relax into your place of peace. And now I want you to place your attention on the heart center. And create a circle of white light. Now, when you work within a circle of white light, you are creating a safe spiritual space. So you can work with other energies that are also 100% pure white light, and it's completely safe. You can say things, you can do things, and it won't have karmic repercussions. So I use the circle. Sometimes you might be aggravated at a person and you need to say, and you don't want to say that to their face. You want to just get that emotion out, clear your energetic resonance, and then return to your place of peace. So this circle is a beautiful place to interact with people and a place where you can safely express yourself. So let's invite into the circle the energy of Trey. And then I just want you to begin speaking to him and ask him, Trey, are we connected as soulmates? See how your heart feels, see how his heart feels. Ask the angels if they can give you a confirmation on this. So when you ask yourself, as you're looking at him, Trey, say the statement to yourself, Trey is my soulmate. How does that feel? How does that resonate in your heart space?
It resonates with my heart.
Okay, so now let's go to him, because remember, they won't help Sue to hurt Mary. So
yes,
if Trey is not ready or not willing or not wanting, then this relationship won't move forward, because it would be damaging to him even though it may feel good to you. So he's now in your circle, and so we're going to ask him, Trey, do you feel that I am your soulmate? And I want you to feel in your heart what the response is. How does that resonate with you? Oh, I'm sorry, how does that resonate with him?
I don't feel he's ready. He doesn't feel he's ready.
All righty. So then you can ask him, would you be willing to get ready?
Mm-hmm. I can't connect with that part, with that question. I mean, I don't get an answer.
Oh, and beautiful. It is so brilliant not to try to force an answer, because no answer is really just saying, I don't know, I'm just not ready. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now what do you do? Because you may be in a waiting period. So now all that Patricia has to do is continue to love and accept all of herself.
Yes.
Because perhaps Trey would be a good match for you at your current vibrational resonance. But I want you to be your most brilliant, your most beautiful Patricia. I want you to be vibrating at your highest vibration. I want you to be perfectly aligned with God so that you are just in a continual state of flow. And perhaps Trey doesn't want to do the work to meet you at your highest vibrational resonance. So what you need to do is spend your time working on loving and accepting all that you are, and just staying in a place of divine flow and allowing that natural transformation to occur for you to climb higher and higher into the place of love, joy, and peace as you rely more and more on God and spend more and more time in your alignment. And from that beautiful place, you will be broadcasting loving energy, and you will be an open door to whomever is willing to join you in that high place. So if Trey decides that he wants to step up into that high place and join you, he will be welcome. And you will have made it easier, because always the first person to step into the place of peace has the most clearing, the most obstacles. And then your beautiful light of unconditional love starts bathing all of the other people around you in this welcoming resonance, and it's just easier to step into that place. So you just turn your attention on you and just start loving and accepting you. Just recognize, hey, I love Patricia. It's really amazing to be Patricia. I think I am fantastic. Spend time in alignment with the divine. Always, though, make sure that you're shielded and grounded, especially we're in very impactful, highly emotional energy right now. So doubly important that we're shielding and grounding before we go out or entertain other people. So you just keep being the beautiful being that is Patricia. Keep climbing higher in your vibrational resonance by being in alignment with God and being open to their guidance. And then recognize that if Trey wants to do the work to join you in your high place, you will have made it easier for him to join you. But if he chooses not to, then he will fade away, and someone who is interested in joining you in the high place will move in. You never need to lower your vibration to be where someone else is. Instead, your goal is just to keep your vibration high and invite others to join you in your high place. And I'll tell you, Jesus gave me the perfect example of this. When I was early in my counseling career, Jesus was the one who introduced me to the heart healing technique that I use. And he would come to me because I was really nervous when I first began. I was so worried that I might tell someone something that would harm them or hurt them in some way. I just wasn't as grounded as I am now, and I wasn't as proficient. I was just brand new. So, my big fear was, what if I say something that's going to hurt somebody or send them off in the wrong direction? And Jesus would appear, and he would start, if I would get a little wobbly and a little nervous and afraid to say something, he would start plucking out his eye or sawing off his leg. And I would think, what? It would be so ridiculous. I would start laughing, and that would relax me, and I would get back in my flow. But I would say to him, what are you doing? Why are you plucking out your eye? And always he would remind me, when I healed or when I flowed healing energy to another person, they had to accept it. And that meant that they had to climb up into the high place where healing can take place and join me there if they were going to receive healing. But never did I descend into their low vibration, pluck out my eye and give it to the person and say, oh goody, now we both have one eye or one leg. I insisted that they join me in the place of wholeness so that both of us could be whole. And I didn't go to their place of brokenness and become less than what I was. So he also calls it two drowning men in the sea. And he tells me, take the boat. Don't swim out to somebody that's drowning. In other words, don't tire yourself out trying to help someone. Take the boat, stay in your high place, and ask them to climb in the boat with you. So, either Trey joins you in the boat in your high place, or he fades away and somebody who is interested in staying in that beautiful place of love, joy, and peace will come to join you. But your work is just to keep Patricia in the highest vibration possible.
Yes, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. And everybody, that's all the time that we have today. So I want to say thank you all so very much. I am so grateful for all these incredible questions. What you need to remember, if you were brave enough to call in, is there are many, many people listening who don't have the courage to call in. So thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for allowing the angels and their wisdom to come forth so that all of us can ascend to a higher vibrational plane. It's a beautiful place when we allow ourselves to be in alignment with the divine. As always, if you need additional help, if you want support privately from the angels, please go to my website, marciamartinthehearthealer.com or mmhearthealer.com, and there will be a way that you can make an appointment to work with me. I have little mini sessions, or if you really need deep transformational work, we can do that too. If you just want a little tiny bit, join my Patreon community. There I instruct you through video, and you will do more of the work on your own. But it's less than $8 a month to begin. And so I want you to have access to all of the tools and all of the help that you need to the degree that you need it. I am delighted to share with you here, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. So, join me on my website, join me in Patreon, be a part of the community. You're what makes it special. And now, until next week, I'm sending you all my love.
You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world.
and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. The views expressed by hosts, co-hosts, callers, guests and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.